But first, let's listen to President Obama. That sounds good. Talking about Gitmo and torture. Here it is.
The inheritance of our young century demands a new era of American leadership. We must recognize that America's strength comes not just from the might of our arms or the scale of our wealth, but from our enduring values. And for the sake of our national security and the common aspirations of people around the globe, this era has to begin now. This morning, I signed 3 executive orders. First, I can say without exception or equivocation that the United States will not torture. Second, we will close the Guantanamo Bay detention camp and determine how to deal with those who have been held there. And third, we will immediately undertake a comprehensive review to determine how to hold and try terrorism suspects to best protect our nation and the rule of law. The world needs to understand that America will be unyielding in its defense of its security and relentless in its pursuit of those who would carry out terrorism or threaten the United States.
All right. Now, that is very good news, and what he did not say there, but also should be added, is they are closing down the CIA black sites where we held the ghost detainees and the ghost prisoners and committed some of the worst torture as far as we can tell from inside sources. Now, one of those sources was a man who supervised the detention of some of the top al-Qaeda suspects, including Abu Zubaydah. He's a former CIA official. His name is John Kirkow, and he came out and talked to 60 Minutes earlier. Now, the Washington Independent has tracked him down, and he says, this is a great leap forward in terms of respect for human rights. From the very beginning, the CIA should not have been in the business of enhanced interrogation techniques and detentions. So he's relieved that that era is over. Now, Zubaydah was waterboarded, but not under Kirkow's supervision. That came later after he apparently was not on that case anymore. So some people in the CIA are relieved, the whole country's relieved, the world is relieved. There is one caveat, though, and it's an interesting one. New York Times reporting this a little bit, and Associated Press has some details on it. And Capitol Hill aide has apparently said that the administration is also planning a study of more aggressive interrogation methods that could be added to that Army Field Manual. Right now, the Army Field Manual is very strict about what you can do and what you cannot do. And apparently they are, according to these sources, considering expanding that a little bit. But now, this would be a critical difference. They would do it out in the open, they would do a discussion on it, and they would see if people were willing to sign off on it. And I won't even prejudge and say that I'm not in favor of it, because we don't know what the possibilities are. If it's something that is, tolerable, that doesn't go anywhere near torture, but is a little tougher than what we have in the Army Field Manual now, I'm open to hearing about it, certainly. If it goes anywhere near the outrageous and excessive things that Cheney and Bush ordered, then no, then I will be against Obama doing that just as much as I was against Bush and Cheney doing it. Because it's not about the man, it's not about the party, it's about what they actually do. So let's see what they come up with there. Let's see if they do it out in the open and what those proposals might be. Now, that's just reports from some aides. It doesn't mean, and it's Capitol Hill aides, not White House aides. So it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to happen. Today, very good news on all 3 fronts. Closing down Gitmo, no more torture, and no more CIA black sites.